Uneducated experts.
Uneducated experts.
Motherfucking.
Uneducated experts.
Episode 19.
And we are back, bruh. What's good?
Not much. Enjoying leave. What about you?
Man, I'm over here running around trying to be whatever my job is, plus do my new side hustle, plus be a dad, plus run a podcast. Man, I feel like I'm running out of time out of the day.
Yeah.
And on top of that, I'm pretty sure that people are going to hear my kids screaming in the background because my kids are bad as hell.
Oh, you couldn't get them out of the house?
Hell no, man. I got to offer these kids $1,000. My daughter ran up on me talking about, do you got $100? $100? You 6 years old? What you need $100 for?
Hey, man, every kid wants to buy something now.
Man, you ain't never lied.
See, and there he goes right now. So, what we
Nah,
talking
they
about
couldn't
today?
hear me. I muted the mic. So we're gonna recap all the games, right?
Yeah. Good games on Sunday.
So-
Good games for week one.
Man, I disagree. I think these games were garbage.
You think they were garbage?
Nah, I think I expected different outcomes of some of these games.
I mean, your fantasy team was garbage.
My fantasy team, oh my god! So
Which
for those of you that
legit
don't
gives
know
me a
by any
chance
chance, yeah, if they don't know by any chance that me and Jones are in the same fantasy league. He's the commissioner. I'm the assistant commissioner.
You are not the assistant commissioner, but go on.
I already got voted in. I've been voted in by the people. Anyways, so those of you that might not know that didn't listen to our Thursday recap, I have Kareem Hunt, who I drafted in the 5th round in this league because the league's garbage and they didn't know who he was. Drafted him in the 5th, played him. He balled out, got me 40 points because it's a standard league. Jones had Gillisy on his bench.
Hold on, don't go all there. Don't worry about who I benched, all right?
So
Kareem Hunt got you 40 points.
It was 50-0. 50-0 because I have Goskowski. So I had 50 points to 0 with 2 players.
And
Fast forward to Sunday night.
Tell them right now how many points
And
you got.
now it's tied at 97-97. My 2 players outperformed the entirety of my team. But I made some bad moves. I'm not going to lie to you. I let some other people talk to me about playing Tyrod Taylor. So I dropped Taylor because I have Winston, but I picked up Taylor for this match because he's playing the Jets. I dropped Taylor, and I got Kirk Cousins, who was garbage.
Womp womp.
And then I played Eric Decker, who supposedly has really good chemistry with Mariota, over Jeremy Maclin, who supposedly has 0 chemistry with Joe Flacco. And that was a bad move.
I'll say this. Hold on. I'll say this. Okay, Jordan Reed, there was a lot of duds in fantasy this week. It's week 1. But I'll say this. At least Decker got 8 targets. He only caught 3 balls for 10 yards. So it wasn't like he didn't get the looks. He just didn't
know what
get
that means?
the catches.
That means that the week I played him, because I will never play him again if I don't drop him, he didn't do anything. But the weeks I don't play him, he's going to do something now.
Oh, I mean, that's just how it works. Hello, Mike Gilsey on my bench, 20 points. Gotta love fantasy, right?
Yo, time out. Breaking news. Before we talk about anything, who are we? I'm Mink.
I'm Jones.
We're the Uneducated Experts telling you everything that we think we know.
And nothing that we do.
Now that we've said that for the first time in 4 episodes.
I know, right?
Breaking news. David Johnson, bro. 12 weeks?
Yeah.
12 weeks. They need to come out with, a fantasy curse.
That was one of my headlines.
I feel like every year or two, there's the number 1 pick always gets hurt in our league. Last year, number 1 pick, Adrian Peterson. Blow. Out. That was a dumb number 1 pick.
He was a first-round pick. He wasn't a number 1 pick.
Nah, I thought he went number 1 overall.
No, not at all.
No, because I took David Johnson at 1 overall. Huh.
No.
What about the year
You are
before?
completely wrong. The year before, you took Jamal Charles. That was your fault, though.
And that was another... Man, fuck running backs.
But
That's why the NFL don't want to pay y'all, because y'all can't stay unhurt.
Let's just recap these Sunday games. And which one do you want to start with?
Just pull them down the list.
All right.
Actually, no. You know what? I'll pull them down the list.
No, I
Because I
want
know
to
for a
go off
fact
the
that you
Uneducated
have-
Experts headlines. I don't want the NFL headlines. If the people want NFL headlines, they would just go to them instead of listening to us.
Oh, so we're not recapping every game?
Not every game, no. Do you really want to recap the Bills and the Jets?
Yeah. Whack
really
versus
wanna...
whack. Whack won.
You really want to recap the Rams and the Colts?
Yes. You know why? Because what we forgot to do last week was tell everybody who our survivor pick was, since the UE's running a survivor pool. For those of you who haven't seen or don't know, we both took the Rams. I took the Rams because they're playing the Colts. Not because of the Rams, but because of who they were playing. The Colts with no Andrew Luck might as well be the Browns. However, it's still the Rams, so I was still kind of iffy about it. And I was nervous until
let's not disrespect the Browns. They are on their way up.
I was nervous until about 45 seconds into the game. And I was like, we're going to be all right. But that's all I want to say. Oh, and the fact that, so I actually have proof. So before last week, our last episode, I took screenshots of players that were our sleeper picks. That way I could make sure I said their names correctly, right? One of my screenshots was on Cooper Kupp, but I didn't talk about him because instead of talking about him, I talked about how the Buccaneers were going to be the dud. Making a joke when I could have predicted another nice playoff or another nice play or whatever. You know what I mean? Another nice game.
Who's the stud you took?
I took Paul Richardson, who did better than Tyler Lockett, and I think he did better than Doug Baldwin.
That's enough out of you. That's enough out of you. You took Paul Richardson.
I took AP. And then my dud was the Buccaneers for screwing me over in fantasy. Thanks, Irma.
Jesus. Anyways, headline 1. Dalton throws a trio of picks and they get shut out against the Ravens. Do we care?
That's a bad headline. No, we don't care. They weren't winning the. They weren't
winning
the NFC North anyway.
He did throw a trio of picks.
He had negative fantasy points in our league.
Exactly. So it's a good headline. He had negative fantasy points in anybody's league unless you don't give negative points for interceptions.
Shout out to AJ.
AJ, starting him. You could have started any other quarterback. You could have started Andrew Luck or Tim Tebow and got more points.
Right, you could have not started a quarterback and did better.
Hey, how many games do you think it would take before we see AJ McCarron?
Man, I think that they would have to do one of those like NFL fake injury things. Like whenever there's a quarterback battle, once one wins, the other one always mysteriously has an injury and is out a couple weeks.
Like Alex Smith and his concussion?
Or like Trevor Siemian and Paxton Lynch.
Exactly.
It always happens every time. Whenever there's a battle, there's always an injury following it for the loser.
Oh yeah.
So
all right.
I think I really don't think. I think how many games? If Andy Dalton repeated his performance another week, I think the discussion would start. But I don't think they would make a move until like week 5 or 6.
Oh man, you know what though? This Thursday night is the Bengals versus the Texans. If he goes out there and throws a trio of picks and they lose to the Texans, I think we're gonna have because they're gonna have a long, considered mini bye week because they're gonna have 10 days off. I think we'll start hearing the discussion after this week.
And that's what I said.
They play Thursday night.
That's what I said. After 2 bad games.
I think. Yeah, I agree.
Oh, okay.
Which
I mean, it's possible because the Texans' defense is supposed to be good.
Oh, I agree.
Supposed to be.
And the Ravens defense is supposed to be healthy and good this year too, and then they looked apart.
They were.
Yes,
they were. Anyways.
Kirk Cousins looks terrible early and struggles late, and he got no help from his offensive line. His receivers drop balls. I mean, it's pretty evident that we both agree that the Redskins were going to finish 4th in that division. Did anything make you change your mind?
No. What we're going to call this is hashtag shoulda took the money, bruh. That's what you get for being greedy, bro. Like, they're offering to pay you as a franchise quarterback. They just lost. Oh, what's in that? Was it their quarterback coach or the offensive coordinator?
They went to the Rams. Sean McVay, the offensive coordinator, went to the Rams. Yep.
So you just lost the guy that designed every play to be around you to go to the Rams, and all of a sudden, Jared Goff is looking good again. And you don't. You lost Deshaun Jackson and Pierre Garçon to get Terrell Pryor. Shout out to Terrell Pryor, but he's not Deshaun Jackson or Pierre Garçon.
He's not. It was just too much turnover, and guess what? The irony in this, next week, the Redskins play the Rams.
Yeah, so I'm taking the Rams again. Oh, I
taking
can't
the Rams, definitely.
But
well, not in the pool, but we're gonna take them to win. But we'll do that later.
Yep. Anyways, so Kirk
Bro,
Cousins should have took the money, bro.
The Lions, standard Matt Stafford throws a pick six on his first NFL pass of the season, but rallies the team late, and they end up actually blowing out the Cardinals.
Well, I mean, I think the thing with the Lions is that, you know, whenever we talk about the NFC North, everyone always goes Packers, just like we did, and we had to redo the session. We forget that the Lions are not scared to air out the ball.
They're not. That's what Matthew Stafford does because they can't run the ball.
Exactly. So it's not surprising that they went from, I want to say it was like a 1-point game to all of a sudden a blowout in a matter of minutes because that's all they have. Stafford throws the ball.
That and Carson Palmer just handed them interception after turnover after interception.
I think that's the
turnover because he
headline
fumbled
right
the
there
football
is,
too.
When is Carson Palmer not going to be the starting quarterback?
Well, if DJ's out 12 weeks like all the reports are saying, I feel bad for Larry Fitzgerald, Larry Legend, but it's time to get Carson Palmer out of there and just see what you got in the rest of your quarterbacks.
Listen, I would say
on the roster.
When Larry Fitzgerald was a free agent, I nowhere in my mind thought he was going to re-sign with the Cardinals. I thought he was either going to go to Seattle or to Carolina at the time because I thought those were his best chances at going to a Super Bowl. And he stayed with the Cardinals.
That man's loyal, man. That man's loyal.
Hey, look, man. Loyalty will bury you. Trust me. I've been there. Loyalty will bury you sometimes. I mean, I get it.
You ain't been there on the level of the NFL, but I got you.
I mean, I've been there when I was in a room being talked to by some people in blue uniforms, and everyone else lied and said it was me when it wasn't. Beside the point.
But I'm telling you this, if DJ's out 12 weeks, they don't need to play Palmer because they're not making the playoffs, and you got to see what you have in the rest of the quarterbacks on your roster because this is probably Palmer's last year. I mean, it has to be Palmer's last year. He looked like straight doo-doo.
Arizona, you better go sign Cap.
In week 1, he looked like doo-doo.
He gonna
you know who did not look like doo-doo? You know who did not look like doo-doo?
Who?
Deshaun Kaiser.
Oh.
Bruh, do we have a star in the making in Cleveland?
Man, as much as
I want to see the
Browns, as much as I want to see the Browns succeed, I'm not ready to jump on no bandwagons on any player in that orange uniform. I'm just not ready. I can't do it. Josh Gordon was my favorite receiver, and that boy still ain't playing.
Josh Gordon?
Yeah, man. Talk about talent wasted, bro.
I agree. But
I love to drink, but, man, the beer ain't worth all that.
I know he had a lot of Steelers fans, people in our survival pool, people all over the world. He had them sweating because if it wasn't for that early block punt that they recovered for a touchdown, Browns win that game. Not Antonio Brown, who went off, by the way, but the Cleveland Browns win that game.
Yeah.
You could say one play early in the first quarter doesn't matter, but I think it does. It sets a tone for the team itself. They was already down 7-0. Instead of playing hard defense, which they did, they shut down Le'Veon Bell and everybody not named Antonio Brown. You know what I mean?
I think the real story on that isn't really how well the Browns did. It was how bad the Steelers were doing. Like they won, like you said earlier, a win is a win. A win is a win, but like you also predicted, with their chemistry being lacking from this preseason, with Bell not practicing or playing or doing anything for that matter, you can see it.
Yep.
The chemistry is missing, and it's going to take a couple games for them to get on track. I mean, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with, but it's going to take them a couple games.
So you say it was more? You said it was more Steelers and less Browns?
No. I'm not saying it's more and less. I'm saying the headline. The headline is, like, in the big picture, the Browns winning 6 games this year. Subpar headline. The Steelers screwing up what could be Ben's last season because they wouldn't sign Bell to what he wanted. That's the bigger headline there.
Okay, I guess I can lean towards that. That's all the headlines I got for uneducated experts as far as the games. If you want to dive into fantasy-related information, bro, injuries are just piling up already in week 1.
Yeah, I mean that's how it always happens though. First couple weeks, is usually when you have all your major key injuries and it just throws your fantasy team for a loop. And it's always usually one or two people that just their team gets obliterated. 2 years ago, it was me. I lost Jamal Charles in week 5, and then I remember I lost my first, second, and third round draft pick that year, and I went into freak out mode and I struggled to put together a team, and I barely made the playoffs.
Bro, nobody cares about your fantasy team.
I made the playoffs with like the lowing score. Man, no one cares about you, but I still talk to you, so shut up. Jones just maxed
David
my
Johnson's out
fantasy
12
record
weeks.
better than his.
David Johnson's out 12 weeks.
Yeah.
Does he play another game this season?
I mean, I wouldn't play him if he's really out 12 weeks. You're talking about you might be 0-13. I wouldn't play him.
That's what I said. What's the point?
But,
I agree that he shouldn't play another down this season. Allen Robinson, ACL,
yeah,
man.
However, if by any chance they are in the running for the playoffs, which I don't see how. If
There's
by
no
any
chance at
they
all.
are doing that, they will play him.
But there's no chance at all.
I would trade David Johnson if I were the Cardinals.
I'm saying right now, there is zero chance the
I would
Cardinals
trade
make
David
the playoffs.
Johnson and Larry Fitzgerald if I were the Cardinals. Just rebuild. Just start your process. Start looking for your next quarterback and restart.
If you want to rebuild, why would you trade your best asset in David Johnson?
Because by the time you get a new quarterback and you get him in the system he needs to be and all that stuff, David Johnson then going to be used up and thrown out. You might as well get what you can for him and hope you get your quarterback based off of that.
And that's why you're not a GM in the NFL.
You say that. So you're telling me that as a GM, if you're about to rebuild your entire offense and everything else, because you're going to have to, because Larry Fitzgerald's going to retire in the next couple of years, and you need a new quarterback. So now your number one receiver's gone, your quarterback's gone, and you're going to have a running back who's just doing all this great performance that they're going to stack the box on and probably hurt. You're going to keep him instead of trading him for a first-round draft pick I'm sure you can get more than a first-round draft pick for David Johnson. You trade him away to someone else who needs a running back. You get those draft picks, and you rebuild from there.
No, that doesn't make any sense. I give you Larry Fitzgerald. You want to trade Larry Fitzgerald? Fine. You could probably get a good solid third, maybe fourth round draft pick out of him. He might retire after this year. He never knows. But send him to a contender that wants to win now. But you're not trading David Johnson because this is a prime year to tank for Sam Darnold or that other quarterback that's supposed to be in the early first round next year on Tom McShay's too early mock board. This is a perfect time for you to tank, get a pro-ready quarterback, and build around that quarterback and David Johnson. Why would you trade David Johnson? That makes no sense.
Well, I will tell you this. What does make sense is for them to go sign Cap. Go sign Cap right now. And you don't got to rebuild. But whatever. Anyways,
you do got to rebuild. Kaepernick ain't going to take them to the playoffs.
Yes, he will.
Anyways, more injuries. Receivers, Allen Robinson out for the rest of the season, and Kevin White injured again.
He's done, man.
Kevin White in 3 years, okay, this is going to be the third year, has played 5 games out of, do the math, 16 games a season times 3, 48 games. This was the first round pick, 7th overall in 2015 draft, and he's played 5 games.
Kevin White is doing a better Keenan Allen than Keenan Allen.
That's not fair, man. Keenan Allen has some strange injuries with his spleen, man. What a spleen injury.
Hey, man, look. Sometimes life hands you lemons and you try to make lemonade, and sometimes that lemonade is still sour. Sorry, bruh. I feel sorry for you. I hope you have a good injury insurance like Odell does.
Man, yeah. Speaking of Odell Beckham, the headlines in the NFL is Odell Beckham has made more money not playing week 1 than if he would have played. What do you think about that?
Wait, how does that make sense?
Because him not playing that Giants offense looking like trash, it just showed how valuable he is to that offense.
I mean, yes. Odell Beckham Jr. is the focal point of the Giants offense. However,
easily
I don't think it was an intentional I'm going to sit out to show you how much I'm worth. I think it was a conscious decision between him and the coach on what the team needed more. Do you need me to go out here and be at 70% and risk being injured for the entire season? Or should I sit out one more week and hopefully be better for next week? They made the right decision. Take the L. Zeke was going to rush through that defense no matter what anyway to make a statement. So I think they made the right decision. However, if the Giants want to keep Odell, they are going to have to dig deep into those pocketbooks because he's already come out and said he wants to be the highest paid player in the NFL. I would pay Odell more than I pay Eli. Oh, okay. I got you. I understand what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
No, but nobody's saying that he sat on purpose. But yeah, they're just saying that he made more money by showing his value by not playing because that offense looked like straight trash. And I wonder why you even signed Brandon Marshall if you ain't gonna target him. But what, 3 times and not until the second half?
You don't. Oh my God! You don't. I don't want to even talk about this because.
So real quick though,
this Brandon Marshall against Dallas's horrendous
real quick.
Defense.
Oh my God! I said real quick. It means be quiet. The sound might be messed up because
they
hit pause.
Just because you say real quick. Okay. Anyways, real quick, go.
Well, I was trying to tell you that this sound might be messed up because my thing has stopped recording. But, anyways.
Are you recording now?
Yes, I'm recording now.
Oh. Okay. Anyways. Now this is an awkward pause. Are we talking or no?
Yeah, we're still talking, man. Last but not least, gotta love week 1 of the NFL. We got 3 teams we got 3 teams having the only win in their division. We're gonna play a game called Buy, Sell, and Pawn. You got the 1-0 AFC East leading Jets, the 1-0 AFC South leading Jaguars, and the 1-0 NFC West leading Los Angeles Rams. Who are you buying, selling, or who are you pawning and maybe buying later?
So, well, let's talk about what the buy sell or trade means, right? So if you buy it, that means you think that they're going to be a good team this year, correct?
Say that again.
I said, so if you're buying, that means you think you're buying into them. You're thinking that they're going to be a good team.
Yep.
If you're selling, that means you know they're not going to be a good team, so you want to sell them for as high as you can right now.
Yep.
And then it's buy, sell, pawn.
Pawn. Like who you pawning off and maybe you come back. Yeah.
Oh.
But when you pawn something, you get a little cash back for it. You can go back and get it back later, but you might not want to.
I've never pawned anything in my life.
Bro, you say you live in the hood and you never pawn something?
No, I didn't have nothing to pawn.
Because you live in the hood?
Yeah. Fuck. You got to have something good to pawn it to get money for. I would have went to the pawn shop and they would have been like, you got to give us money to hold this. Anyways. So we're going Bills, Rams, Jags, correct?
Yes, sir.
So they all have 1 win. They're all leading their divisions. So
They're the only ones with the win in the division, too.
I'm gonna redo my screw up and I'm gonna buy the Jags.
You're buying the Jags now?
I'm gonna buy the Jags.
It's the 3rd time now in a matter of 1 week of football.
Well, here's what it was. The Jags had me convinced. Their offense scares the living shit out of me, but their defense gives me hope. They remind me of the 2015 Broncos. Sometimes you don't need that, you just need the defense. That's all you need. So I'm going to buy the Jags.
You're right. AFC South, all you need to do is have defense.
Yeah, exactly. And the reason I'm buying them is because of the division they're in, and there's not a great offense in that division. Well, I mean, I guess the Titans have a good offense, but I think that the Jags defense looks pretty legit, so I'm going to buy the Jags.
Okay.
I am going to sell as fast as I can. I'm going to sell the Bills. because no one in their right mind actually thinks that they're going to do anything.
True, yeah. I mean, that was easy.
And then I'm gonna pawn the Rams because once again it's division based. They look good now, so I'm gonna pawn them. I'm gonna get a little bit of money for them now. And the Cardinals are losing, the Niners are losing. If the Seahawks start to stutter, I'm gonna go get them back.
Okay, so we asked this earlier, and I kind of agree with you, but I don't agree with you on who you bought and who you pawned. Obviously, we're selling the Bills. The Patriots are coming. The Patriots are gonna win the division. That's easy. But
they need to redo that division.
Well, I'm buying the Rams. I'm buying Sean McVay. That defense is legit. That defense has been known to give fits to Seattle over the last 2 or 3 years. Even if they only won 4 games, one of them was against Seattle. And if that offense looks like, again, the offense went against the coach defense. What defense exactly? But you got to win. You build that confidence in Jared Goff and Todd Gurley. I like what I saw from Cooper Kupp, who was your stud sleeper that you failed to mention, but he was your stud sleeper. And that defense is built to stop Seattle. So I'm buying the Rams as a surprise team this year that could probably win that division. Yeah, it's overreaction Monday, but I overreact. I don't care. And I am going to pawn the Jags because, I mean, it was the Texans. The Texans' offense showed that they're a real liability. And I've never been a believer in Lamar Miller. I haven't been. He had one good year in Miami and then went to the highest bidder in the Texans during free agency, so he cashed in his money. But what has he done in 17 games now? And,
him and Foster just swapped places last year.
That's true. Yeah, exactly. And we'll see. That the Texans' defense is legit. The Titans would be there. They played a tough team in the Raiders. So I'm gonna pawn the Jags, and we might come back to them if the offense kind of figures itself out. But that's who I'm pawning, buying, and selling. But anyways, let's wrap this up.
All right. Well, we know we're supposed to do Thursday night's game, right?
No, we're doing Thursday night's game on Thursday morning when we record. After we do Monday night recap and we do Thursday prediction.
Wait, what?
The next time the people will hear us is on Thursday when we do Monday night recap and we do the Thursday night prediction for the game.
Oh, we're dropping that on Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So people, next time you hear from us will be Thursday. So keep listening, keep sharing, keep commenting. We appreciate all your support. We're gonna keep doing this.
I feel like we're missing something.
What do you mean?
What are we missing?
We're not.
We're missing something.
Oh yeah, what are we missing?
I don't know. Oh, the fact that the Broncos about to whoop that ass tonight.
I thought you were gonna do your cheesy little catchphrase.
Oh no, that's at the end. Did you catch how I edited you out last week?
What's that?
Did you catch how I edited you out last episode?
Yeah, I caught that. You see how he does me, guys? You see how he treats me? Anyways.
No, so the second to last episode, you talked over me and I left it. This one, I was like, fudge him, and I'm editing him out. Man, I don't know, I just feel like we're missing something. Isn't there a headline we talk about?
What is that?
We were going to talk about the fantasy free agents.
I mean, yeah, we can do that if you want to.
Yeah. So, if you have the number one waiver right now, with what injuries happen, with what breakouts happen, what player are you going to sign?
I'm taking Tariq Cohen.
Oh, that's who I was going to take, so I'll change it. But so, give us some analysis on why.
You just want me to give you some analysis so you can look for another player. I'm taking Tariq Cohen because, one, they line this dude up everywhere. He ran the Wildcat, handed the ball off to Jordan Howard, who got the touchdown. He's been in the slot, and he was running back. He led the team in rushing yards. He led the team in targets. And now that Kevin White, Mr. Ace Bandage, he took over for Sam Bradford. He's the human Ace Bandage. Is out for the season, along with Cam Meredith. They're going to line Tariq Cohen up everywhere. and he's going to get play all game. He's no longer just a cut for Jordan Howard. He is a flex play every single week.
Until he takes Howard's job.
No, then he's your RB2 every single week after that.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with was it Galladay? Is that how you say his name? Kenny Galladay?
Kenny Galladay, yeah.
Because you are in a pass-heavy offense that just utilized you out of nowhere. I mean, I wasn't ready for it. The Lions are going to keep airing the ball out, and Matthew Stafford has been looking for the Megatron replacement. He's not built like him. He's not as good as him, but he looks like he's trying to fill a hole.
I mean,
I would go with Kenny.
He's
Kenny
tall.
Galladay.
He's a big receiver. He ain't got the physicality that Megatron had, but very few have. But he is 6'3", 6'4", which is taller than Marvin Jones and Golden Tate. So he is that big target for him.
And if by any chance he is not available, I am going with Cooper Kupp.
Oh, I'm pretty sure Cooper Kupp is available in a lot of leagues.
No, he is. I'm just saying with the way waivers are gonna work.
Oh, if Galladay's not available, you're gonna go Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, like if I put in my waivers, I'm putting in a waiver for Galladay, followed by a Kupp, maybe followed by Hearns, but that's enough.
That's funny. Funny. We're taking second and third option receivers over the new wide receiver one in the Jaguar, just because we don't trust that offense that much.
Well, it's not only that, but like we talked about before in another episode, is that when a running back goes down, normally you can trust whoever's going to fill the void. When a receiver goes down, it doesn't work the same, and they usually just spread the ball out more. The thing with Allen Hearns is he's already proven to be a good receiver. The problem is Blake Bortles is still throwing him the ball. So I don't know what it's gonna like. You might get an Eli Manning throw, you might get a Tom Brady throw, you might get an Aaron Rodgers throw. You don't know what you're gonna get. So I take that back. You'll never throw like Aaron Rodgers.
I was waiting. I was gonna clown you, but I was waiting for you to fix yourself.
Yeah, you'll never throw like Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers throw the ball backwards and he'd throw it better than you still. Anyways, so that's it. That's all we got.
That's all we got for the people, man. We'll be back Thursday for you guys. You want to tell them where they can find us?
Listen, you can. Let's start this off right. Facebook/Uneducated Experts. If you go to YouTube and you search Uneducated Experts, you will find us. If you go to iTunes and you search Uneducated Experts, you will find us. If you go to Google and Google Uneducated Experts, we are the top 2 links. If you go to Instagram, our name is The Uneducated Experts, no space. If you go to Twitter, it's at UNED Experts. If you go to SoundCloud, or search Uneducated Experts. If you go to TuneIn.com, search Uneducated Experts. If you go to Stitch.com, search Uneducated Experts. Where else can I put us for y'all to listen to us? If you go to Podcast Addict and you search Uneducated Experts, you're going to find us. If there's somewhere that I don't have us on that you would rather us be, let me know and I'll put us there. Do whatever I gotta do to get us there. Where?
Spotify.
Yeah, that's Spotify and
Well, that's a different animal to tackle.
Tidal.
Yeah, that's
Tidal
different animals we gotta tackle. Yeah.
Do they even have? I mean, I know Tidal just launched a podcast thing, but I think they pay you to do that. I don't know if we're there yet. But I just gave you 9 places to find me. If you just email us at uneducatedexperts@gmail.com, I'll email you the episode. Man,
we're everywhere, people.
If you have a T-shirt and you haven't sent me a picture in your T-shirt, you're doing it wrong. You're not gonna get on Instagram by not sending me a picture.
You're definitely doing it wrong. But for those who do listen to us,
shout out to the people that. Oh, my bad.
No, you good. I'll just say we appreciate all the support. I just want to say that again. Can't say it enough.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate it. It's kind of cool when I walk into work and there's people that listen to the show like, "Yo, I heard what you said," or "You're wrong," or "You're right." I don't care if you think I'm wrong. The fact that you heard what I said and you're telling me I'm wrong is dope to me. And I'm not wrong very often on the show. So the fact that I was super wrong about Houston is okay. What else have I been wrong about? My entire fantasy lineup wrong.
Minus Kareem Hunt, obviously minus Kareem Hunt.
If I didn't have Kareem Hunt, I would have been done. I would have been
down there with AJ
score right now. We put up 19 points in 12 games. Like, come on, bruh.
Man, a full lineup. This dude has literally 32 points. You tell me how that's possible. That is insane.
Matter of fact, let me look at something real quick.
But
I hope Michael Thomas has decided he doesn't want to be in the Saints anymore. Oh, Michael Thomas got you 0.8 points.
Hey man, wrap this up. Nobody wants to hear that right now.
For those of you who don't know, let me give you an update. So when we started this podcast, our fantasy scores were almost tied at 97.10 and 97.3. Jones has Michael Thomas, the number one receiver for the Saints, left. I have Denver's defense. When you hear us again, we will give you an update on who won. And I am hoping that the winner starts with the letter M and ends with ink. Anyways, all right. Jones?
Yes.
Are you there? You're looking at something. So we are the Uneducated Experts. I am Mink.
I am Jones.
Telling you everything that we think we know.
And nothing that we do. What's with the long pause? Now you're pausing.
Oh, I don't know. I was hearing your pause, so I was like, why is he pausing so much? Anyways, have a dope day.